The start of Smacktober also means the start of our Smack Off player profiles. It's a staple of Smacktober or Smack Off season. And we are going to start them today. We are going to start them right now. We are going to start them with the defending champ, who has enjoyed the longest reign from any single Smack Off win in the history of this event. So I'm sure it's been a pretty great couple of years for my man Mark in Boston. Not only does the crown fit well, he's worn it longer than anybody ever has. But, my man, the time has come. It is go time. I know I don't need to tell you that, but it is go time. It is time to defend that crown. Now, the good news is, I know for a fact that the reigning King of Smack will be back to try to repeat. How do I know that? He's one of the few who've already RSVP'd. In fact, Mark in Boston is so fired up to try to run it back that he RSVP'd before I even announced a Smack Off date.
Jimmy, thank you for taking my call. Hey, right off the top, I think you, me, and Tom had a really, really productive meeting about the Smack Off, and I'm glad that the three of us agreed on one thing. I'm so good at defending my title, you didn't even have it last year. So respect. Game recognized game. I know we're going back and forth, but I do need to lock down a date, Jim. I know I shared an hour meeting, but I do want to emphasize that I'm hoping to return to the Lorelei, and I'd like for the Smack Off to correspond with a Packer game in Green Bay. So, so it took Mike and Indy 5 years to write a 5-word call. Mike, are you going to take the Cablinasian route where you hate tweet the show for years and then randomly come crawling back? Have you gone full Uncle Fester too, and are you injecting testosterone right into your eyeballs like Shawnee? I know Mike has been missing for 5 years, but that's not true, Jim. He's made a couple of cameo appearances being thrown onto NBA courts recently wearing bright green. Listen, I know you're talking about having the Smack Off be a visual event this year. I mean, if you're looking to compete with Bruce Feldman's Freaks List, then yeah, have the Smack Off be a visual event. Rick and Buffalo's wife-beater forehead vein, Jeff and Richmond taking up 2 screens. We're not the best-looking bunch, bro. It's a lot of radio faces. I mean, I guess thinking about, yeah, screw it. Bring on the Freak Show, Romy. It is officially Smack Off season, and I'm coming back for it. Bye.
There it is, an RSVP. An RSVP before I even announced the event. So my man's here. He's ready. He's ready. Now, the wild thing about Mark is before Smack Off 29, he had no straps. Not only had he never earned a strap, he had never even hit the board. He had never even hit a podium before. His best finish before Smack Off 29 was a 5th place finish back in 2016. But not for a lack of effort or a lack of creativity. And there was some heartbreak along the way. As an example, in 2020, at Smack Off 26, Mark tried a tandem call with Bill Romanowski. Mark and Romo. Sounds like a pretty good idea, right?
Guess what?
Sounds like an epic idea, right? Except the epic idea somehow fell flat because the call was not memorable at all. In fact, not even enough to land Mark in the top 10. The call was so forgettable that I'm not even going to bother playing it back right now. However, I will play back the disaster that went down 2 years ago, or 2 years later, Smack Off 28. Going into this call, it really did feel like it could be Mark's time. You know, one of the best to never win it at that time. I really felt like the dude was ready to rip his first strap. And then, the worst possible thing that could happen on the big day happened on the big day. We head now to Chowtown. It is Mark in Boston. Great to have you back, Mark. How are you?
Oh, hey, Jimmy. Thank you, man. Hey, here's a horse reference left's call. Just
dude, you're gone.
That's not a good call. No.
That is so painful. That is so painful to listen to.
Not a very good
That is so
call.
at this point, I don't know, to listen back to and a good reminder. Like, that was not just some run-of-the-mill, middle-of-the-week phone call to the jungle. That was on the most important day of the year, the Smack Off. So a very good reminder. One, if it could happen to him, it could happen to any of you. Number two, make sure you have a reliable connection. Get a landline. You remember those things? They work. Hook up to a wired internet. Do whatever you have to do to make sure that what happened to Mark 3 years ago does not happen to you. Now, my man could have just kind of faded into yesterday, never to be heard from ever again. But he's not like that. He's got some grit, he's got some resilience, and he bounced back. He rebounded with one of the best bounce-back performances in the history of the Smack-Off, from getting run right out of the event to the very top of the podium the very next year. Although this winning call is still controversial for some clones because Mark pulled quite the stunt for his Smack-Off 29 winning call. Some have even called Mark a gimmicky little bitch for this. Not only did he travel to Green Bay to make his call, a.k.a. the home of Smack-Off 28, the winner, Caleb. Caleb is from Green Bay. Mark traveled all the way there, and on top of that, specifically to the Lorelei Inn, the best jungle bar in America, the home turf of the Green Bay Clones. So essentially, he was deep in enemy territory, deep as you can be. I mean, why not make that call from Caleb's house or Caleb's basement? But it wasn't just that he went deep into enemy territory to make that phone call. He also went deep into enemy territory dressed up as a cow. Now, some have argued that he should not have gotten any extra credit for what he was wearing while he made that phone call. Except when you actually listen to the call, you realize why the cow's suit was so incredible and why the costume actually completed the call. So here it is. Here is the call that won Smack-Off 29. Here was Mark in Boston, dressed as a cow, live from the Lorelei.
Well, guess what, Caleb? I'm hosting my entire call from Wisconsin. That's right, Chunk. I'm in your barn, live from the Lorelei Inn in Green Bay, Wisconsin. This is the Mark Bostelski call. What do you think, Lorelei? Oh, dude. No, Jimmy, they're not saying boo. They're saying Deca-moo. That's a live Deca-moo. Hey, look, Dave from Lorelei left. He does not have spotted cow on tap because I've been sitting at the bar for 2 hours in an inflatable cow suit. No one noticed. Cow print is camouflage here, but Caleb can't hide. I see you, buddy. He didn't wear the Smack-Off belt. It didn't fit. He's wearing Smack-Off suspenders. Look, I'm sympathetic to Caleb now. Weirdly, I finally get it, Jim. I've been in Wisco since Tuesday, and holy crap, I get why you have a ship of Peloton here, Jim. I put on 20 pounds in 4 days. There's butter in the water. Jimmy, I got to close out my tab before the crowd turns on me. Around these parts, gratuity is called cow tipping. Caleb, I know you love doing songs in your call, Burger King of Smack, so let me play your current favorite. Sing it with me. Whopper, 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 Whopper. Everyone here is a Whopper, like Caleb in Green Bay. You're overweight. I'll see you tomorrow, Jimmy. Bye.
An instant classic. We basically knew that as soon as he hung up, man, that was the one. The dedication to travel for the call, the commitment to rocking an inflatable cow suit all day long, the brass set to go into enemy territory and run fat smack on the entire state of Wisconsin right to their fat faces.
Right in my face.
That's the kind of call, the kind of brass, the kind of creativity that's going to win you a strap. And if that call happened this year, I bet it would have been on Zoom, and it would have been even more epic. I just showed you a picture or two. See, this is what I mean with the Zoom option. It's only an option. It's not a requirement, but it's a really interesting option with a lot of potential if you have it in you. So take Mark's lead. Get creative with it. Take advantage of the opportunity. That's your defending champ right there. That's your reigning king of smack. That's the dude you have to rip the strap back from. And like I said at the beginning, it sounds like he's ready for a big day right now. Mark sounds as dangerous as ever, and he's always been dangerous on this program.
Hi. Gino, do us a favor. You, Silk, the other has-beens, please don't clog up a line for guys that matter, man. We'll hear from you on the Stuck Nut After Show or the Woodscopes. You can talk about the glory days there, man. Who wants to walk with Jeff in Richmond? You really should not brag about something you can't do. I mean, be honest. How long ago did the Type 2 Beatus take those feet? Hey, Brad. You've won 5 of these things, and you still sell insurance with Reggie? Bro, you could have your own show in the middle of the night that no one listens to, like Sean. Rick, you're a science teacher, right? I have a physics question for you about gravity. Why are you able to grow hair on your face but not your head? It doesn't make sense. I am Detroit-born and brought up in freaking Florida. I've got the blood of a scumbag, and I was raised by Florida Man. You want Florida Man clones? You got Florida Man. A dangerous mix. The guy who will burn down your whole neighborhood and then walk his pet alligator on a leash around the flames. What a bad look for DA. How much longer is CBS going to keep paying him when they realize a teacher from Buffalo and a stay-at-home dad in Corona are better at talking sports than him? Hey, DA, how is it possible that your call could actually make me want to hear more Matt in L.A.? So, yeah, I do love the Red Sox, but Caleb always loves his tube sock. Does Romo cut up lines of creatine when he's at your table and offer you the mirror like, you want to hit this, bro? I just think it's kind of odd that NASCAR is the only sport where there's literally a crankshaft right in the driver's face the whole time. Oh, sorry, wrong segment. War playing Connect 4 on Seal's face. Jim, I know the challenge before me is great. The odds are long. But much like Antonio Cromartie when he found out his wife's tubes were tied, challenge accepted. Henry Winkler, Ron C., Larry Brown, good night now.
That is Mark in Boston. Like I said, the best never to win it for a while, and then he won it. He's ready to hit the smack-off stage for the 8th time. Check the resume. 4 top 10s. He's hit the top 5 twice. He has experienced the ultimate smack-off heartbreak, and he has experienced the ultimate smack-off euphoria. The only question is, can he run it back? Can he go back-to-back? Hey, by the way, to that question, I want your takes on that. Who do you think is going to win Smack-Off 30? We are officially soliciting prediction videos to air on the stream. Just shoot a 20 to 30 second video, pick a winner, keep it clean. We're obviously not going to air any nudity or violence or drug use or anything like that. You know this. Keep it simple. Make a prediction. Send it to us at rome@haveatake.com. Rome@haveatake.com. Call your shot. Turn your phone around. Send us the video. We want to run it on the stream.